Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Kiwi interior wall sconce. This is going to be the 20-3325. Also a really nice Kiwi pendant, singular pendant that you can put over your kitchen island, and a very large fixture with multiple lights you can put over your dining table. Check them out if you get a chance. This is the 20-3325. Let's get into the size. So 12.1 inches, going to be from the very bottom to the very top of the fixture, all inclusive of all the parts. The width on it is coming in at 4.8. The projection, that's going to be the distance from the wall coming out, is only 4 inches, which qualifies this to be ADA compliant. That's Americans with Disabilities Act that says a sconce can only come up to 4 inches to be ADA compliant. So if you guys are working in hospitality, maybe you're doing a doctor's office or a hotel or a restaurant, you can use this in that application. If you're a homeowner, this is a great sconce for you to use, like in a hallway or a stairway, someplace where you want it to be more flush to the wall. 4 inches is very close to the wall, and you'll be able to get by it very easily. So, on top of that, here's another little tiny tidbit. Some of you are going to ask, can I make this overall height longer by just extending the cable? And the answer is, good question. So what we do is we have you email us and say, I'm looking to take this 20-3325 and I want it to be 22 inches long overall height, and with a longer cable. We send that to Hubbardton Forge's customs department, comes back with a custom quote, and we send it over to you. Automatically, it's just going to be 12.1 inches tall, so just keep that in mind. As we do have other sconces that do have a range that you can do, this is not one of those automatically. Okay. In addition to being ADA compliant, it's also going to be able to be using different types of bulbs. We'll get into that in just a quick second, but I want to talk about the really pretty glass first. Shaped like a kiwi, piece of fruit, hand-blown glass from Hubbardton Forge is really, really nice. It has just an amazing simplicity to it, and the quality is pretty spectacular. It's also very thick, so it's not like a light piece of glass. Diamond cut on the top, hand-blown, really, really nice. Fixture's coming in at 3.5 pounds, so it's not very heavy. The back plate on this is going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have on your wall at home, most likely. You might have a gang box, and this will cover that too, but the back plate is going to be 4.8 by 4.8. It'll cover this without a problem. And the mounting height, distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your junction box, is coming in at 9.7. Okay, inside of that, and inside of the cover, the backplate cover, is going to be a transformer. It's going to transform your line voltage into low voltage, which is going to go through that cable down to the socket, which we're going to talk about now. Socket is a GY 6.35, and basically it's a very little tiny socket with 2 little holes in it that accept pins coming out of the bulb. This is going to be able to be using a couple different things, like I mentioned before. It's called a T4 capsule. That's the light bulb that's going to be used for this. It's generally used in low voltage fixtures, and you can go up to 50 watts in this if you want to do halogen without a problem. That'll pump out a lot of light, but you can also do LEDs. And the other thing is, if you're using a halogen or if you're using an LED and you think I'm going to see it through this glass, you're actually not, because what you're going to have on that socket is this. This is called a diffuser, and it's glass. So it's glass, and it has threading inside. It's sandblasted on the inside to make it opaque. So this is going to hide whatever light bulb you have. You're not going to see the glare of the bulb. You're not going to see an aesthetically not pretty LED, because this will be covering it up. And this comes automatically with the fixture. Actually, a good way to show you what comes with the fixture is to take a quick look at the installation's instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations, instructions, PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. This stuff, all the little pieces that go with it are going to be in a parts bag. It's also going to show you really nice detailed drawings of the back plate and how it goes over your 4-inch junction box, like we talked about a little bit. Okay, so circling back to that story on the sockets and the bulbs on this. So some of you are going to be like, okay, halogens are nice, but we really want to use LEDs. And there's no problem with that. So you're going to be using a T4 LED. You can generally get them at places like Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, True Value Hardware stores, places like that. It's much easier to find them online, and we buy them ourselves for our showroom in Vermont on Amazon. So there you go. So you'll do a quick little search, and it'll be T4 You could do a GY 6.35 T4 LED bulb, and that'll probably bring up everything that's out there on that page. You could probably just do it on Google as well, but it's up to you. There's no limit when you get into the wattage on those little bulbs, because even a small bulb is going to use very little amounts of electricity, and there's no limit there. Your limit is, can it make it inside of this? And pretty much every bulb that I've found that is a T4 will make it in here, so don't worry about that part of it. But what you should be concerned with is the wattage equivalent, because if you want to get the most light out of this that you can. They're also going to be offering you those bulbs in different types of color of light, and that's measured in Kelvin. And 2700 Kelvin is super yellow, like a setting sun. They're also going to offer that to you in something called daylight, which we talk about in every video. Daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, like sunlight, but it's not. That's that bluish white light you see on an overcast day, and that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is 3,000 Kelvin. That's considered warm white, soft white, and that's the same kind of glow that's coming out of these bulbs above me. These are warm white, soft white LEDs, 3,000 Kelvin. That's the same nice glow of an incandescent bulb we all grew up with, so that's considered warm white in this world. It's also a dimmable fixture, so it doesn't matter what's going on, either halogen or LED, just make sure it's dimmable bulb that you're going to be buying out there. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton forged fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton forged. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton forged doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway, because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.